It's all good. No, I get where you're saying. Oh, I can't even imagine. I'm friends with somebody that I was with for a little bit as a teen, and we remained friends. And her story, she had this amazing, and I interviewed her, Jill, but there's no way she would have been like, dude, you can't keep up. She wanted to, when I met her in high school, she was going to go to a NASCAR school. She was building engines and shit. She was a motorhead. I had a friend at the time, and he was jealous of her. It was like a motorhead thing where he thought, no, this engine. And she's like, no, this engine. And I know what I'm telling you. Now her husband is perfect. I couldn't keep up. It's funny. It'd be some.
No, I got one. Okay, I have these two sisters that they're really cool, right? And I end up making out with one of them, all right? And the other sister did not know, all right? And let's fast forward 30 years later, okay? And they both looked me up on Facebook. And the thing I forgot which one I made out with. So it was kind of played to me like I was trying not to bring it up that subject. And unless they brought it up, but neither one of them brought it up. But I just thought it was funny, like, I don't remember which one it was. That's pretty embarrassing, but I thought it was funny. No, they weren't. They're about 2 years apart. They were 2 years apart. But I remember messing. I couldn't even tell you now. I couldn't tell you. It was just one of those quick things, and so that's the one thing about going back to school. Like there may be some stories I forgot about or situations that I don't know if I could do a high school reunion or go back to school because I may have some debt I needed to explain. I know I can say this for sure. There's no kids out there. I don't have any extra kids. I know that for a fact. But just
my daughter-in-law said to my son, she's like, there might be some kids around there, huh, babe? I'm like, wow, really?
wow.
She was fucking with him, but it was funny when she just said that. I was like, he's handsome and shit, and I know he was cool, and especially when his balls dropped, and he was like, all right.
I'm ready to do this. Yeah.
Right. So,
yeah.
Hey, did you see Spider Noir?
Okay. I watched the first episode, and I liked it a lot. I really, really enjoyed that. But I haven't gone back because I've been working on getting back. Because I've been making all these AI videos, and I need to get back on my books. I have a deadline to make my book be completed by the end of this month. So I am going to finish watching. I liked it. How'd you like it?
I was pretty surprised, and Nicolas Cage, whatever he does, it's so funny. It's hit or miss, and but this one you could tell I think he really liked doing it, and
yeah,
just because he's great with his accent, that 1930s
noir kind of detective. Yes,
the cast is great. It visually is cool, and I like the fact they can switch it up from color to black and white to give you the old school feel.
Yeah, and I'm good. Nice. Did you watch in color or black and white? What did you pick?
Well, she not feeling. She don't like older pieces, so we watched in color. She liked it. I liked it. I thought it was interesting how they did it.
I watched the first episode in black and white. I'm gonna try and watch the whole thing in black and white. I always had a thing for black and white films, just to set the tone, and it's really, really cool, and I really enjoy it. And the other show that I watched was The Offer. Did you watch that one?
No.
The Offer is about the making of The Godfather on a studio level.
Oh yeah, it came out a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, I think that's 2 years ago. I just barely watched it last month, and I will say there was two shows that are about studio life. One's a comedy, which is a studio on Apple Plus, which was funny with Seth Rogen. Or Seth Rogen, is that right? Yeah.
So, yeah.
Funny look at Hollywood. And then The Offer was more serious and just like a very interesting story. So if anybody want to check out something about Hollywood back in the 70s, The Offer is well put together. You get hooked after the first episode. Nice. If you don't get hooked on the first episode, then it's not for you. But it's really, really good show. I really like that. Okay. Yeah.
I like biographical flicks.
Oh yeah, this is definitely up there because it's actually the producer and the writer he's telling the story. He's one of the main characters in the show.
Oh, that it's about.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's and the one thing I really got a kick out of it because it shows how Hollywood's the only business where you can probably get into the door anyway, right? He just pretty much just walked in and wanted to be a producer.
Huh.
with no real background in it, but he found his
Yeah.
way into it, and
Right.
just I believe it. I remember when I remember watching. I was flipping channels in Hawaii. This is I always, cause I've always acted. I mean, I've been in front of the camera, but never really behind the camera. And I discovered public access, you know,
It's
and
beautiful.
how I discovered it was I was flipping channels and I saw this scene where this kid, like a teenager, was just walking on down the street. He opens the door and he gets blasted with a shotgun and blown across the street. I go, what kind of show is this? And it was just these guys who got a camera and they made crazy scenes, and they just put it on public access, and it got me into be doing stuff behind the camera, you know. And I did a show for 2 years called Cybershock, which was a lot of fun to do. It
That's
got a lot.
I think you mentioned that before, right? Like,
Yeah, the show I
yeah.
did in whole. Yeah, we did a lot of jokes, and we did stuff that we thought was funny. So we put a lot of pranks on our audience.
Nice.
Like for example, one episode where the show starts, we have skits and everything, but the master tape that's being played in the studio, the volume was going down. So everybody at home was turning up their volumes.
Nice.
At the end of the episode, we go, "Hey, thanks for watching," and get back to and just blow. And one guy actually complained, say we blew his speakers, which I had a hard time believing that.
Jeez, this again. Oh shit. Okay. Thank God.
Okay,
What
so
the
it's recording. I'll just continue where I left off. So,
Yeah.
so we did, and another what I love about the show, I don't know if I mentioned last time, was we did a prank where we did a skit, and then the screen went blank, and you still hear the audio of the skits being played, and in the text it said, "There's nothing wrong with your TV." And everybody's all messing the TV. It was so bad that the TV station stopped playing our video. They thought there was something wrong with their equipment. We got in trouble
Yeah,
for
people
that.
calling up.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
wild.
But excuse me. But that was the thing. I mean, we just did whatever we wanted to do. And it got me into making, I wanted to just keep producing at that point. And I had a lot of fun doing it. I did it for 2 years. And this is before the internet. So a lot of my episodes were stolen. I mean, they're on 3/4 inch tape. I'd send it to the studio to be aired. And a lot of times they would get stolen by people, you know? Our most famous episode was called the Cat on Acid episode, which I'll probably mention. That was stolen. That's the only copy of it, and someone took it, which is crazy. So I never believed in before. There's lost episodes of TV shows, and I believe it now because I have at least a dozen of our episodes just missing in action. It was fun.
That's
It was
wild.
definitely fun. Yeah.
A good experience though, right?
It was. It really got me to a point where the only thing that stopped me from making something is myself. I mean, the budget. I mean, if I just use a couple of people, I could do it. I made a horror movie in Texas. Now, is it the greatest film? No, but I completed it. It was fun to do. I learned a lot about making a horror movie. It was a zombie movie called A Walk with Darkness, which is available on YouTube. So keep in mind, it's the
Nice.
first movie I ever made. So it's messy. But here's the thing: even the movie came out almost, I want to say, 16 years ago, or maybe 14 years
Oh,
ago,
wow.
and it still gets like an average of like 10 to 20 views a week, which
Oh,
is
nice.
I'm happy. Yeah, they're all in India, which is fine.
Whatever.
But it's I just love the fact that people are still watching it. So it's a low budget horror movie, and it was fun to make, and I have more fun making it than the stress of putting it together and showing it at a film festival. And it got me to start making music videos for other artists, and you can see the growth. If you watch that video and watch my videos, music videos, you can see how much have I changed. And even now with the AI, I'm making stuff come to life that I don't have the budget to do, but AI has allowed me to make a lot of these videos, and I'm happy with it. It's a lot of fun. You
Yeah.
know, I believe it's a good tool, allows those who don't have the budget to make something, make it happen. So definitely A lot of fun. A lot of fun doing that.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
what's going on with you lately?
Well, I'm trying to finish my book. It's called "Those Boys in the Santa Trap." It's a children's book. It tells a story of a family and their uncle who caught Santa years ago, and the boys will try to do that again. And that's the story that I'm writing right now. It's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. And I might it's supposed to come out this fall, and then if it does well, I'm going to animate it next year. It'll be my goal to make it to an animated project. And it's a 3-book series. There's 3 different stories. The first one's set around Christmas. The second book is right now playing around New Year's, and the finale book is set around Halloween. So I'm looking forward to these books. It's something that I've been wanting to write for years, and every night I get to go down that journey with these characters, and I'm enjoying it. It's something that I always wanted to do, and I'm doing that now. So I'm really am enjoying it.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You like the progress of the story?
Dude, the one thing, and I experienced this with a lot, because I have a lot of scripts that I wrote. And I think as a writer, the best part is that you go down a journey that unfortunately a lot of the readers don't get to enjoy. They get the final product. Like I wrote this one scene, I thought it was great, but it doesn't really work for a story. I have to yank that out. Or I didn't expect this one character to really shine, and now I want to write more about that character. I mean, the one thing I do like writing is that you're the author and you're the audience of one, the reader.
Right.
Because once you go into like production, you got other people's opinions, but when you write something, it's between the author and the reader. So I
Right.
love that part of it, and I'm really looking forward to those to read these stories, which it's going to happen. Looking forward to it,
Oh
and
yeah.
I'm allowing myself to take some of these screenplays that I've made years ago, and then now I'm gonna change it to a book format, and we'll see what
Nice.
happens with it. So I'm having fun.
That's
I
how I
wrote.
that's what I like.
Mm,
Taking stuff that you had before and then
mhm.
like you came up with a new concept and then you include them and like you kind of taking older stuff and renewing it,
Yeah,
rejuvenating it, I guess, bring it
yeah,
back.
and I think this day and age is allowing a lot of creative people to do stuff. I consider myself my content creator. I'm happy to put out a little bit that's 30 seconds long or 2 minutes or wherever it may be, and I'm still engaging with my fan base. I feel that I'm happy that I can do that, and then introduce a short story or a book to another audience is something I'm looking forward to do. So
Oh yeah.
I love how there's more of my friends are able to write stories and put them out there. I got 2 of my closest friends in the business who've been in movies and comedy and stand up. They're both now authors. They have books, and
Nice.
I feel that I'm in that category now because they put it out there. They're not talking, they're doing it. And I love the fact more people are doing that now more than ever. I love podcasts. I love everybody that's doing things that a couple of years ago we couldn't do. You know,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
Do you go to
And
yeah? Do you
it's yeah.
mhm. Do you go to film festivals? Do you do any of those kind of things?
No, I've never been. Oh, well, no, I went to one in Chicago. I went to an Asian film festival.
Oh, okay. And,
It was
and
interesting.
yeah, what's really cool about those is that you actually find curators for like Amazon, Netflix. They're looking for new IPs, new information, new
Right.
stories to tell. And because I mean, think about it. Back in the day, what you had the major networks, so you had ABC,
Right.
NBC, CBS, and that's it. But not like now. You got so many that they're always looking for new material, new stuff, and a lot of stuff that probably would never been made. It wasn't for like HBO, as an example.
Right.
So
Yeah, you're narrowed down to just a small group unless you went to an independent. It was just a pain in the ass, and they put the majority of films out in TV. Yeah, I get it now. It's like whatever. There's this one app that shows obscure movies. It's an independent outfit, and they do their own thing, and that's going to be your thing. You could use YouTube and put
hmm
your shit out. I think that part's great.
yeah, I see myself maybe next year. I want to do a podcast on films, and I would love to do that. Just talk about movies and what we would have done differently. I mean, I got one movie that's just I'm always itching to talk about because I just feel it was such a great start. It just wasn't delivered well. All right. And that's the Star Wars: The Last Jedi, which I think I mentioned that before. I think I did, but that's one that could have been such a great movie. They made a couple of
I meant to
changes.
say the last.
Yeah, okay, so I did mention. Okay, we'll skip that, but definitely
Yeah.
those are the type of podcasts I want to do. I like to talk to writers. I love talking to comics, and just talking about the art. You know, uh, where do you get your ideas? What inspires you? Where do you come
Right.
up with these jokes? Is it everything from within, or you just see stuff that happens that just makes you laugh? And I feel that is a great
Right.
conversation to talk to fellow artists. Where musicians or a book writer, someone just spray painting things that I don't know. I can't spray paint, but I'm impressed when you make art with the just colors of paint. So that's why I love talking to artists. It's one thing I love to do the most is talking to fellow artists.
That's why I do this. I talk to a lot
Yeah.
of different types of art entertainers.